Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
It's back to class for thousands of school kids. The story from Isaiah Uggan ahead. The number of COVID cases on Guam continues to surge. And a closer look at the numbers as senators prepare for the Balancing Act.
Off day and good evening. It was the first day of face-to-face classes for public school students. They were welcomed back to campus by faculty and staff this morning despite an alarming rise in COVID cases. Isaiah Uggan reports.
Despite the downfall of rain, the Guam Department of Education's 41 public schools welcomed all students to their classrooms, whether it's in person or online. As KUAM News reported, 92% of GDOE students will be attending classes in person for the school year. But that may change by the end of the semester because of the recent upsurge in COVID-19 cases on the island. During a recent parent input session held on Zoom, community concerns were raised, wishing to switch their children from in-person instruction to the online classroom module. Superintendent John Fernandez said that the changes can't happen until the end of the first semester, which wraps up in January.
Well, remember, we had a registration opportunity at the end of last school year for students to register for online or for face-to-face. And the reason we did that is because we planned for the school 3 months in advance to make sure we have enough teachers online for the online students. For those who want to switch back, we clearly would like them to stay in their preferred model of learning because it's not easy. We can't take a teacher and move them online and face-to-face the same way that students might want to.
However, if a school can accommodate, Fernandez says that concerned parents can reach their school administrators about making the switch.
But if there are no slots available, we can't, accommodate those those who wish to change their model of learning.
Meanwhile, Fernandez said that the first day of classes went quite smoothly.
Well, every first day of school is always, you always expect a lot of traffic. Just in those first days, as people get used to the routines, as we see the school buses coming in, and so we did see that up at JFK. It's something that we always expect. But in addition to that, it rained very hard at the same time that kids were getting off the bus, getting out of the car. So added level of difficulty, like the Olympics or the gymnastics. This was a higher level of difficulty than normal. And then you add in the protocols that are being implemented, the temperature checks and making sure we maximize distancing and so forth. So, everything went, I think, pretty smoothly given all of that had to be taken into consideration. We're so excited to see our kids back at school. This is where they deserve to be. This is where we need them to be. They had their lives disrupted significantly over the past 18 months. So we believe we can do it safely, have them coming back to school. We'll see how things go these first couple of weeks. We care about their safety, and so if there's anything that needs to be responded to, we will take that, of course, with a great sense of urgency and concern. But again, we have to be safe as a community, and so I'm asking that we just all work together, not just at school, but outside where we're at home, at the restaurant, at the grocery store, wherever we're at. Try to make sure we practice those safe practices because we're the only ones who are going to be able to keep our community safe.
For more information on all GDOE back to school inquiries, you can call 311 option 8, email them at info@gdoe.net, or visit them on the web at gdoe.net. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Wahusi Isaiah Uggan.
Not even 2 hours into the start of the new school year, a fire breaks out at Simon Sanchez High School's cafeteria. According to Guam Fire Department acting spokesperson Cherika Chargaloff, it was an oven fire. The report came in at around 8:30 and was put out by GDOE personnel prior to GFD's arrival. GDOE Interim Public Information Officer Michelle Franquez said that normal school operations continued despite the oven flames. The numbers continue to surge. As of last night's JIC report, out of 1,060 tests performed yesterday, 48 returned positive for COVID. 21 of those cases were identified through contact tracing. A total of 8 people are hospitalized, with 1 receiving ICU level of care. The CAR score has jumped to 9.0. It is the third report of a COVID positive case at the Port Authority of Guam this week. According to a release, the employee was not vaccinated for the virus, and the case is not related to the previous two reported this week. All close contacts of the employee have been identified through contact tracing, including 45 employees who will be tested for the virus this weekend. Over at the Guam Memorial Hospital, spokesperson May Habib says they're ready and planning should there be a surge in hospitalization numbers. Out of the 8 people hospitalized for COVID, 5 are at GMH. Habib says they're in a much better position than they were last year when there was no playbook on how to handle the virus.
Yes, the conversations are happening in the background of what to change, which care unit to facilitate first. If there's a rise, how to isolate all. We do have many negative pressure rooms. There are entire care units here that have negative pressure rooms completely ready, and there are some that are being upgraded as we speak right now.
Habib adds there are also talks about plans should GMH need to reestablish the SNU in Barrigada Heights as an ISOFAC. Senators will begin their fiscal year 22 budget deliberations tomorrow, Friday the 13th. They were supposed to start on Wednesday but pushed it back so the public would have more time to review the substitute version, which is posted on the legislature's website. Here's a quick look at some of the special provisions of the spending plan for fiscal year and election year 2022.
Based on the legislature's adopted general fund revenue projections, they'll have $617.4 million to appropriate in fiscal year 2022. That's about $25 million less than the current fiscal year budget, but $10 million more than the governor's budget request submitted in January. Along with the usual agency budget allocations, the bill already taps into the anticipated $50 to $60 million earned income tax windfall. Specifically, $35 million a year is earmarked for costs associated with the construction of the new hospital complex, dubbed the 21st Century Healthcare Center of Excellence. Another $5 million in EITC money is to be set aside for costs associated with the construction of a new state-of-the-art corrections facility. And any remaining balance of EITC funds will go directly to the Income Tax Refund Efficient Payment Trust Fund for A-status returns. That's on top of another provision that sets aside no less than $74 million to pay for those returns, and no less than 90% of child tax credit receipts will also go directly for tax refunds. Finally, the bill also includes a section that would suspend for fiscal year 22 the 2% set aside for deficit reduction or the rainy day fund.
A man accused of stabbing his landlord's wife after being evicted from his apartment was sentenced to 10 years in prison. All but 5 years were suspended. Patrick Rudolph was convicted on 2 counts of aggravated assault as a second-degree felony. The incident occurred in August of 2017 when Rudolph entered the Bang Market in Jigo to meet his former landlord. Rudolph was upset after learning they terminated the lease on the home he and his former girlfriend were renting. He recognized the cashier as his landlord's wife. When she refused to sell him a can of beer, he allegedly lashed out and stabbed the woman in the head. Prosecutor Sean Brown said, quote, "The people are content knowing the victims obtained the justice they desired and that the court recognized that." Federal drug defendant Andrew Manabusan's initial appearance in arraignment hearing scheduled for this morning was pushed back again. He still hasn't been extradited to the island, but the court anticipates he will be cleared next week. The exact date could not be disclosed due to security reasons. The 37-year-old Manabusan was picked up in California in June, where he allegedly mailed a package containing more than 3,600 gross grams of meth to Guam. The person busted for receiving that package was former police officer and former DOC officer Jose Ananich. His case has been sealed. With thousands of military personnel here for training exercises, it has the Guam Police Department stepping up patrols in the Tumon area.
I've shifted some of my resources right now to deal with the number of soldiers and sailors that are out and about in our community.
Chief of Police Steve Ignacio says GPD is out in force.
I was tracking 600 Marines, supposedly, and a little over 1,000 British sailors or soldiers that are going to be out from the 8th to 11th down in, of course, probably in the Tumon area.
And that's not all.
That's on top of the meeting that I had with the Civil Affairs from the Army regarding their couple of thousand Army soldiers that are here for the ongoing exercise, and I think they're here till the 14th.
According to the chief, there's been a lot of activity.
They've been given liberty, so that means they get to go out, and enjoy the community, and they're going to be down at the bars. The bars are open, and so we have those alcohol-related incidents. We've had a couple already, from one being passed out drunk, one. Disturbances, between the military and the locals. That happened a couple of weeks ago, at least I think last weekend.
Just last night, an incident was reported involving 2 British military personnel. Police spokesperson Sergeant Michael Uggan says at around 10 p.m. officers responded to a parking lot outside a Tumon bar. When police arrived, they saw a man yelling at GFD medics demanding to enter the ambulance where his friend was being treated. The patient, however, ran out of the ambulance and was allegedly combative with the GFD personnel. The 2 sailors who were arrested were 20-year-old Alex Martin and 20-year-old Thomas Britton. Both were arrested for disorderly conduct, public drunkenness, and obstructing government operations. Martin faced an additional charge of resisting arrest. Both were booked and confined. The chief says he's had conversations with the military, which is trying to stand up a shore patrol unit to help keep the peace.
While we're waiting for that shore patrol to be stood up, whether they're going to do it or not, we have established good points of contact with the people that we need to call up, when we need to notify them, and it's worked. We've run into some issues, that were resolved at that level. Just working with the patrol officers and these commands, and providing them notification.
Just today, a magistrate's complaint detailed another incident involving 2 other British Navy sailors for an alleged assault that occurred Thursday in Tumon. That left one man with a broken jaw, another swollen jaw, and a third victim with bruises and abrasions on her body. Arrested was 31-year-old Ashley James Mansell and 28-year-old Malik Frazier. Mansell, meanwhile, was also charged in a separate case for 4th-degree criminal sexual conduct and public drunkenness. In this case, he allegedly sexually assaulted a woman while on the dance floor at a local nightclub in Tumon.
Late this afternoon, the AG's office requested the court to hold Mansell and Frazier because of their potential flight risk. However, the judge released Mansell on a $10,000 personal recognizance bond. The court also released Frazier, who was only charged with assault, on a $2,500 personal recognizance bond. Both were ordered not to leave the ship. Stay tuned, more news after the break.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens,
it's a beautiful day.
We rely on the people we trust,
It's a beautiful,
who we can always count on,
beautiful day.
and the ones who give us the most care throughout the years.
Such a beautiful day.
Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need
It's a beautiful day.
wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
Summer is here, and at Cars Plus, we have the perfect Jeep for your summer adventures. Whether you're going off-road or just getting ready to hit the beach down south, make this the summer event you find your Jeep. Like the 2021 Jeep Wrangler or the 2021 Jeep Gladiator. Equipped with Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. Call us at 477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to schedule a test drive today. Cars Plus, driven by you.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back. A two-day workshop to update the community on the military buildup and the programmatic agreement concluded today. The PA is what guides DoD on cultural and environmental concerns during the construction of Marine Corps Base Camp Loss. One of the more sensitive issues is when land is cleared and contractors come across potential cultural artifacts or human remains. Designated archaeological monitors are required to rove throughout the sites to identify resources and consult with the State Historic Preservation Office. Albert Borja is the environmental director for the Camp Loss project.
So we have specific processes in the 2011 PA that allows us to make sure that we involve the SHPO and the parties to the PA as appropriate in those types of activities, and making sure that if they do have substantive feedback on how to either preserve or recover artifacts or human remains, that we do that appropriately.
Borja cites as an example the burial site at Sabanan Fereng. It's being preserved in place and a monument will be erected at the site. This marked the 9th annual workshop sponsored by Joint Region Marianas since the signing of the programmatic agreement. A bid by GVB Management for another $1 million for airline subsidies so it can continue to push visitor arrivals from Taiwan was rebuffed by the board. GVB President Carl Gutierrez said at least 19 more charter flights are being planned from now until the end of the year, but unless they can offer more incentives to tour operators and air carriers, Guam will lose out to Palau.
We need to step in and not lose the one company that's here trying to set up their offices here as a travel agency, the biggest in Taiwan, Lion Travel. We're working with them every day to convince them that this is the way we should work. And when we asked for $1 million last time, you gave us $1 million, and we should come back for the next $2 million. And that's what we came back for, which got kicked out of the minutes. And we're trying to put that back in, because if you don't do anything like that, we just might as well forget about our tourists coming into Guam anymore. Don't go to Palau.
But a motion to allow management to tap into the current $1.6 million previously authorized and to provide an additional $1 million was withdrawn and tabled. Several board members questioned both the cost and the return on the investment. The Guam Board of Medical Examiners and the Guam Board of Allied Health Examiners have 60 days to show how they've complied with a law that requires they post information on any disciplinary action against medical professionals under their oversight. A lawsuit was filed on behalf of plaintiff David Lubofsky, alleging the boards have failed to comply with a 2011 law known as the Patient Protection Through Information Act. It was amended in 2018 to expand further access to the public of a physician's profile. It was on July 7th of this year that it appears the GB&E finally went online announcing the official launch of its website. KUAM, however, could not find information on whether any physicians have ever been disciplined, but residents are now able to fill out a complaint form online against a licensed health professional. The next hearing is set for October 19th. The Department of Agriculture will be hosting their annual Pig Derby themed Field to Fork hunt, which is slated for Saturday the 21st. KUAM's Isaiah Uggan reports.
The Field to Fork Babui Hunt aims to feed families, foster safe, responsible, and ethical hunter development, and address the feral pig problem on the island. The purpose of this event and others like it are to encourage the recruitment, retention, and reactivation of hunters in Guam. Registration is ongoing until Friday, August 20th. Participants, both runners and a mandatory safety briefing, which is scheduled on Friday, August 13th and Friday, August 20th. It will cover event rules and guidelines. The Babui Hunt is an island-wide competition. However, people wishing to hunt on private property must have written permission. Although there will be no cash prizes like past derbies, Jane Dia, the program coordinator of DOAG, says there are new categories.
So there are first, second, third place in archery and firearms for most pigs, but there's also a family group category. So people living in the same household would be considered a family hunt together. And we also have a first-time hunter category. So both of them, it's most pigs.
Dia adds that they may be organizing a deer or Banatu derby in the future. Last year, there were a total of 107 pigs caught and 107 participants. The pigs can be picked up from the Talafofo Mayor's Office or the Jigo Gym from 12 to 8 p.m. Registration forms can be downloaded from the DOAG's website at doag.guam.gov/events. Forms must be submitted to the mandatory safety briefing. Field to Fork Babwe is funded by the Guam Hunter Education Program through a grant from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and Sport Fish Restoration Grant Program. Email jane.dia@doag.guam.gov for more information. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Wahusi Isaiah Ugan.
24 people from Nepal, Palau, and the Philippines became America's newest citizens during a naturalization ceremony at the District Court today. In honor of Purple Heart Month, the court welcomed keynote speaker Colonel Ryan Hendricks, staff judge advocate for the 36th Air Base Wing at Anderson Air Force Base. Colonel Hendricks acknowledged the courage it took for the newly sworn citizens to uproot their lives. He says, "Your story is forever woven into the larger stories that are the United States." Sports is next.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
KUAM News, in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau, brings you the Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase. Look out for this powerful symbol for visitors, island residents, and industry workers alike, as it represents establishments with a consistent global commitment to safety practices. Stamped with approval by the Guam Visitors Bureau and the World Travel Tourism Council. Every Monday on KUAM News will feature a different local business who's taken the Safe Guam and Safe Travels pledge to maintain health and safety standards to get Guam back on track. Log on to visitguam.com to see how your business can receive the designation, what businesses in our community are Guam Safe certified, and have the WTTC Safe Travel certified.
Yes, that song is gonna make my roost fries famous. That's what I'm talking about. Now all I need is for you to wear this. I'm not putting that on. All I want is roost fries. My new roost fries, only at Jack in the Box.
Mobile offers a new and convenient way to fuel your vehicle. Pay gas and go. No need to line up inside the store. Press preset. Enter whole dollar amount without decimals. Press loyalty ID and enter your mobile number or insert Smiles card. Insert and remove payment card or tap contactless credit card. Begin fueling. And don't forget to grab your receipt. Pay gas and go. It's that easy.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the show tonight, an interview with Tom Akagami, race director for Trench Challenge, with some information on this weekend's event. Check it out. Registration for this year's Trench Challenge has been closed off. Guam's obstacle course race will feature Trench Kids, Trench Challenge, and the Uproar Triple Threat Fitness Competition.
We're definitely glad to be back. It's been a long time coming. You know, we've been planning, and finally, you know, the governor lifted the restrictions and we were able to move forward with the event. We sent out notifications back in early July, and here we are now, mid-August, and it's going to happen this weekend. We started pretty early with the setup, so about four weeks out, we've been building this place almost 7 days a week, and we're pretty proud that we're 99% done.
There are 5 different categories for Trench Challenge: competitive OCR WC qualifier, elite division, competitive 3-person challenge, Recreation Division, Special Olympics Charity Run, and Uproar Fitness Competition.
So this year we're capped off at about 450 adult participants. That's complete all divisions. And then for the kids, we have about 300 participants in that race. You know, we cleaned up the course quite a bit. New obstacles, there are a couple. We have, for the adults, we have an actual giant shipping container maze that they're going to be, facing or problem solving. And a lot of different trails that we've chosen this year to make it a bit different from the previous years.
To abide by the current restrictions, the event has been split into 2 days with staggered start times and limited participants. Back for another event is the voice of Trench Challenge, Coach Payne.
He's super excited to come back to Guam. And, I think it's something that we really need, especially during the hard year that we've had in 2020 and actually most of 2021, So having him back is definitely going to be, we hope that it's going to inspire most people to get off their butts and keep moving.
Sunday, August 15th, we'll host the Special Olympics Charity Run. Start time at 8 in the morning. Proceeds from the start time will benefit the Special Olympics Guam organization and also allow you to run with the Special Olympics of Guam athletes, whom some will be their 5th year doing the Trench Challenge.
They really need the help this year. They haven't been able to hold any events, and they need the extra funding to get things started again. So we're very happy to partner with them again this year. If you have a chance, we could take in person for their wave only. 100. Basically the proceeds from that start wave will go to their organization. So please come out and support their cause.
Packet pickup for Friday, August 13th is from 11 in the morning to 7 p.m.
We are taking precautions. We do advise our participants to responsibly socially distance, wear their masks, even though we're outdoors. And if we do invite families and friends to come out and spectate, but of course, just keep your distance and just be respectful of other people's, personal space, basically. So if you'd like to come up and check out the race, please do. It's a huge property. We've got about 250 acres up here. So, you could definitely social distance up at the racetrack.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Building on the past, we at Docomo Pacific Business believe in helping businesses move forward and together, changing the way we get things done to make you and your company reach your highest potential. Trust in our commitment to bring you the best solutions for all your business goals. We are Docomo Pacific Business. Let's work better together.
Welcome back. We here at KUAM continue to celebrate 65 years of Firsts on Guam. And to commemorate this special occasion, all week long on the link, there will be a trivia question where you can win a cool prize. All you have to do is call into the link with the correct answer. Today's question was, KUAM TV has been an affiliate of NBC and CBS since its inception. What do their acronyms stand for? If you guessed National Broadcasting Company and Columbia Broadcasting System, you're absolutely correct. A big congratulations to this morning's winner, Michelle Kerr. Tomorrow is your last chance to win. Remember to watch the link. Good luck. And before we close out the news tonight, here is your latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
August 12th, it is very much a happy birthday for Patrick Roman, and happy birthday to PJ. Your family and friends say enjoy your very special day, and we love you. This is coming from Mom, John, your brothers, your sisters, Jana, and most especially your kids. So PJ, from all of us at KUAM and Cold Stone Creamery, we wish you good health, good fortune, and have the best island birthday ever.
And that's it for us here on Primetime. We'll see you tomorrow morning on the link. Good night.
local music mashup sponsored by Burger King. BK Your Way.
Off today, guys, and we are back.